Say hello to everybody, Heidi.
Hi.
What are we going to make today?
Soup.
Soup, that's right. We're going to make cauliflower soup.
Cauliflower.
Right. So the best thing to do, and you can pretty much use this same style recipe to do a lot of soups. Broccoli soups works really good for this as well.
I like onion soup.
You like onion soup?
Yeah.
Is that why you're working on the onion?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll go through our ingredients, and I'll tell you the two main things for putting this together. So our ingredients are, what's this one?
Broccoli.
No, that's a nice big cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
We got some,
Celery.
right,
Onion.
2 onions. And then back over here I've got some minced garlic, some salt and pepper, some dried thyme, and some ground rosemary. And we'll probably use a little bit of olive oil as well. And we also need a can of coconut milk.
And a coconut.
Yeah.
Milk.
Yeah, a can of coconut milk to finish it off, but that won't be until much later, so we'll get that out.
This one is done.
Oh good, you've got it all. You want to work on the other one a bit?
Yep.
Alright, so I've gone ahead and turned my oven on to 400. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cauliflower, I'm going to cut it up and break it down into smaller pieces. I'm going to put that in a large mixing bowl with a bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, oregano or thyme and rosemary. We'll toss that up and coat it, and we'll put that inside the oven to roast it a bit so it has a nice roasted flavor, and the herbs really get through it a bit. And once that gets going, in my non-stick pot on the stove, I'll get coconut oil. Get some of that out. I'll get coconut oil in the pot with the onion diced up and some of the minced garlic. And we'll get that base started, and then we'll add the oven roasted cauliflower to that, and some vegetable broth. So I gotta get my vegetable broth out. Whoa! Are you okay?
Yep.
Yep. So we'll get the vegetable broth in after in the pot with you know, the onions, the minced garlic, and the coconut oil, and then the roasted cauliflower. The vegetable broth goes in. We get everything soft. We blend it down. Then we add in our coconut milk, and we'll just have a taste of it at that point and see if it needs a little adjustments on the herbs and the salt and pepper and everything. So that's the basic rundown. We're going to start getting some of this stuff all prepped up, and we'll just pause it now and do a bit of cutting, and we'll show you what it looks like when we put it in the bowl and mix up the cauliflower before we put it in the oven to roast. Alright, so as you can see, I took that whole cauliflower and just cut it into, you know, large enough pieces, but enough that they're pretty much the same size. Nothing too huge, but try to avoid making them too small either. You don't want some to burn and some not to be cooked. So now what we'll do is we'll drizzle a bit of olive oil over. Do you want to help with this part some, Heidi? No? You're just going to keep working on your onion?
No.
What about this here? So we're going to put some thyme in the... Do you want to try a little bit of this thyme? Put your hand out. You want to shake some in? Take the shaker. Shake it in. Oh, there you go. Is that fun? Good stuff.
Good. Everywhere.
As far as about how much you want to put in there, probably about a teaspoon, I would say. Now for the rosemary,
Look at this
it's
onion.
usually little,
Look at this onion.
beautiful. You did a great job getting the skins off.
Yeah.
For the rosemary, it's like little needles, like little pine needles almost. So it's a hard item to use. So I've got ground.
Here.
So I'll just get.
Look. Hey, way back there.
Oh yeah, you got your teddy bears. They're special guests today. You gonna get them out and show them to everybody? He's a special Valentine's one with roses on them. What did you name them?
Flower.
Flower. So I've got a 1/4 teaspoon,
Can I
measuring,
have a little taste?
and it's rounded right over. I'm just gonna sprinkle that around.
Whoa. Can I have a taste?
Yep, take a little bit out. I'll let you have that right there if you want to use your finger to get a little bit more out. We'll wash that before we use it for anything else. So that was the ground rosemary. Those two herbs, I find they really go together nicely, especially with the cauliflower. So I'm just putting a bit of salt.
I want some.
Oh, you want some salt? Yes. Okay. You remember to say please, though. Okay, baby? Where's your salt? A little for you, a little for our soup. And then a little crackle-lack of pepper around. That's good. All right, so we've got that all in there. Just gonna give it a toss. And if it seems like it's still really dry, just throw a little bit more olive oil into the mix. I think my bottle of olive oil is empty. I'm not getting much out of it. Luckily, I usually end up buying things in tubes. It's a good way to go when you're making things and you know that you use the same ingredients for a lot of different soups and dishes.
Tell me a little bit more.
Oh, you really like that salt, do you?
Yep.
Okay, put your hand out. There, that's lots now.
More.
Oh no, now you gotta wait until we do other parts. Alright, so.
I can do the rest of first.
Huh.
For me.
So we'll just add a little bit more olive oil because it still seemed a bit dry to me. Let's say a tablespoon should be plenty for tossing it. It doesn't have to be really, really wet, but you definitely want a bit on there so it doesn't go too bad. All right, so we put that on a tray
Look,
with parchment.
I got a little bit like this.
And I'll keep this bowl because what I'll do, there, as you can see, there's still a bit of olive oil and tiny bit of cauliflower, and the spice is still in the bowl. So what I'll do is I'll dice up the onion and the celery, and I'll end up putting, here sweetie, I'll help. I'll end up putting a little bit of those right into that same bowl. So I get some of that oil and herbs and that, and don't waste much. All right, that's enough salt now, sweetheart. Are these look good to go in the oven? Okay, just we gotta move your chair over a little bit away from the oven. There we go. So I'll put those in the oven, and I've got mine set to 400, so I'll probably do 20 minutes on the timer, but you're going to want to check them around the 10 to 15 mark and see how they're going, especially depending on the oven too.
I'm going to hide this right here.
Okay. Alright, so the thing we want to be working on while that's going is getting our big pot ready. So what's going to go in there to start is going to be coconut oil. Need a hand?
Yep.
Oh, he's way up high. You can see everything that's going on. So we want to get our onions diced up. And with the onions diced up, they don't have to be super amazingly, perfect because we're blending all of this anyways. And I think I'll use a good 3 stalks of celery. And that should be, that should be a good amount of celery.
I want some more of it.
Some more of what?
This.
Salt. I think you've had enough salt for right now, sweetheart.
Please.
No, you've had enough. We've got to help the people. Can you tell the people what you had for breakfast?
Eggs and bacon.
Eggs and bacon. Yep. So you had scrambled eggs with a homemade ketchup and a little bit of cheese and some bacon. And Mommy and Daddy, we had sort of like a hash. I had cooked up a bunch of turnip.
Can I have some more salt, please?
No more salt. You had enough now. Excuse me, it wasn't turnip, it was sweet potato, carrot, and parsnip. I roasted them in advance, so I had a big bag in the fridge of those with thyme and summer savory. And what I did is I just got that in the pan with a bit of oil and some mushroom, and I added 4 eggs to that for me and Nicole. And that turned out to be a real nice breakfast. It's a lot easier in the morning if you have something like that hash already cooked up from the other day, and you just got to throw a couple eggs, mushroom or what have you in there, and bit of bacon. So you can do bacon in the oven with the aluminum foil in about 10 to 12 minutes. And while that's going, you can get all your egg stuff set up and have breakfast on the table in less than 15 minutes in the morning, which is ideal. I want to show you guys another recipe that I've put together recently.
Daddy, I want some orange juice.
Some orange? So you want a juice box? Okay, hold on. Let me get this started, and then I'll get that for you, sweetheart. So on the pot on the stove, we're gonna get the olive oil, the onion. Sweetheart, you gotta wait and let me help. I don't want stuff falling down on you, okay? All right, close the fridge back up. Good. And we'll just get your juice box set up here. All right, helper, have a drink. All that salt is making you thirsty. That's why Daddy didn't want you to have too much. Salt makes you very thirsty. So I got this olive oil I picked up at Bulk Barn, great coconut oil I should say, which is a great spot to pick it up. So I got a good ladle full in, cleaning out everything that I got in this container. And I'm just gonna go not even quite medium. 1, 2, 3, just a little over the 4th one there. And we'll get the onion thrown in, and minced garlic, and I'll throw my celery in real quick here too. I just got to give it a quick chop. Oh, I forgot to throw my onion in the bowl with those spices, but I'll try to do that with my celery and get some of those spices and herbs scraped out of that bowl. Alright, just watch out now. Daddy's going to cut a little bit, so you just need to stay back. Like, if I was making a soup that was going to be just served in chunks, I would probably cut these celery down really fine so they wouldn't be noticeable, but everything's going to be blended. So I'm just going to go real quick with them, and if they're a bit bigger, that's fine. Once we blend it all up into a puree, it'll be perfect. Alright, good. So, I'll put those in that bowl.
Yeah.
We'll just, whoop, celery on loose. We'll just move that around and try to gather up some more of that oil and herb. And I'll use a spatula to help get it out. No sense in losing that little bit of extra flavor. And that goes. So I got that bowl. It had a lot of spice or herbs in it, so now I've got it pretty cleaned out. So I've got pretty much everything in that pot that I want, except my minced garlic. And the coconut oil is starting to melt. So we're going to grab the minced garlic now. Whoa, be careful, sweetie. You got a straw? Yeah. You dribbled a little bit. You like that juice? So for the minced garlic, I find in the regular grocery stores, the minced garlic, you get these little tiny jars, and they've got soybean oil in them. You gotta watch out for that. This one here is from Costco, and it's garlic water and citric acid, and it's about $4.99, I think, $5.99. So for how much you get, it's a lot better to get it at the Costco and have a big load of it, and it doesn't have the added oils. So this is a tablespoon, but as you can see, I've got it rounded right over, and I think the one rounded over should be enough. If I was doing something like a spaghetti, I'd probably almost go with 2 to really get a nice strong garlic. Whoa. Okay?
I'm going to get a spoon for that.
For what? I use the measuring spoon. I use this. You can get a spoon out though. We'll need one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
So I'll throw a little salt.
kind.
That was probably half a teaspoon.
This kind.
And half a teaspoon of pepper or so.
Kind.
Yeah, that's a good spoon. We'll need that for the coconut milk near the end.
Coconut milk.
Yeah.
Coconut milk.
Yeah.
What else for that
I'll
one?
give a bit of ground rosemary in there.
And a little bit for that one.
Bit of thyme.
Is this one for that
Do you want to shake a thyme to taste, Heidi?
Nope.
No, you're good.
See, look at this one. This one is good for this.
So we're almost at the 10-minute mark for the roasted cauliflower, so I'm just going to have a quick check and look at it. We're doing good on time for cutting up and getting everything in there that we wanted. I'll even turn it up almost full on medium there now, just so I know that that's ready in 10 minutes. So my cauliflower, I can see that it's just starting to golden on some of the florets. So it's coming along really nicely. I'll take another peek at that in 5 minutes, and this here should be about ready at the same time.
Amazing.
What would you like to see? What's in the oven or what's in the pot?
Pot.
Okay, so let's show the people. There it is, and let's show the Heidi. Wow, the onions are still really raw and white. What we want to do is try to get those.
Let me see it there.
You want to see what's in the oven? Okay. I want you to take one step back. Okay? Stay right there. See, there's a little juice on the chair. And Daddy will use the oven mitts to pull it out and show everybody. I'll just move this on the back burner for a sec. Oh yeah, so you can see they're just really starting to roast a bit. They still need a bit more time. Oh, they smell good though, don't they? Yeah, smells good.
Smells
Get that back on the cooking.
Smells.
You got a high five?
Smell in here.
Smell in there?
Yeah.
Why? Does it smell like juice?
No.
No?
It smells like some the smell can't look in there.
Well, it's got to cook, so we got to leave it on the heat. Yeah. We'll even put our lid on to help it cook a little bit faster. So yeah, one of the other recipes that I'd really like to show everybody is the spaghetti that I made the other day. Remember that?
What?
The spaghetti I made? The
other
noodles?
Oh, the noodles.
Yeah. We used some zucchini.
And Teddy is up there.
Yeah, do you want him to go into a new spot?
Yep.
Okay, got him?
Yep.
So I used a spiruli.
Now I'm going to put in my here.
Right in there?
Yep.
Oh, that's a great spot for him.
Yep.
I used the device called the spiruli to take about 4 zucchinis and turn it into spaghetti noodle.
Teddy is up here.
Yeah, that's a good spot. Let's leave him right there for a little bit. And just made a real simple sauce.
Everyone, he's right there.
And it turned out really good.
Look at him.
Yeah. You want to show everybody?
Yep.
Bring him down. Yeah. Hello, everybody. And so I liked it, and I tried it again the next night, and did up the sauce a little bit more extravagant with some ground beef and some mushroom and onion and minced garlic and with the noodles, and it turned out really, really good. Like pretty much as good as you're gonna get for a regular spaghetti. Really, the noodles didn't make any difference besides being super healthy. Yeah, okay. So we'll clean up some of our stuff over here. So yeah, I'll get that video up and make that batch.
And sheepy too.
And sheepy too. The other thing that I've been working on a lot is my hamburger meal, which consists of, I tried a bunch of different breads to make buns, and played with the patty quite a bit, and my homemade ketchup, homemade mayo.
Yes, Daddy is going to help too.
Okay. I did a turnip french fry and a sweet potato french fry, and a nice apple bacon coleslaw. So I'll put together quite a few videos to show all that. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's going to sit right here.
Oh, there's not. Do you want him back up here?
No, yes.
Okay, let me put him up for you. There's not a lot of spots here that we can put your friends. So that's going pretty good now. Bubbling away. Starting to get a bit translucent. One of my friends tried the sweet potato soup at his home and ended up burning his onions. And it's a fair bit of money to make a batch of the soup, so he was disappointed that the batch didn't turn out. And I think one of the biggest differences is, my oven is about the same age as me, and so when I say put it to medium, some of the newer ovens will probably...
Can I look at it?
Okay, yeah. Some of the newer ovens will probably cook it a lot faster at a higher heat, even at that same setting. So what you're looking for is probably, okay, thanks. That's a good idea. So it's starting to get translucent, but it's still got a few more minutes. It's within like the first 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I'll show the oven in a minute or two. What you're looking for is to just get the onions transparent in a 10-minute window. if it's getting them to really crisp up and golden and get dark, yeah, then it's the heat is probably too high. Okay, hold on. You can't have Dolly floating around the kitchen though. She's just got to sit in one spot because Dad's going to open up the oven now, right? I don't want her sliding off and banging into stuff. There we go. That's good. So we're just going to take a quick look. Starting to golden up. I can see a bit of brown starting to come along. So our timer for 20 minutes is about where we want it. Keep everything going for it. On my timer we're at just under 4 minutes. So I think once that timer is up, we'll put everything together in the pot and move on to the next stage. What do you think?
Next is going to be this.
Nope, we already used that. Let's put it away.
This.
Yep, you want to bring that out a little bit from way back there?
I'm going to need this for that.
Nope, that spoon is for the coconut milk over here. So, this is a little tricky to open up. So we twist it off, and then we got to put our finger in the ring and pull. But we don't need to pour it yet. We're just going to put the lid back on for now.
This.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the last things we put in.
Last.
Yep.
This.
Salt and pepper. We'll taste it and see if we need more.
This.
Yeah, the coconut milk will go in after a bit.
This.
Salt and pepper to make sure it tastes good. Yeah.
This.
All that stuff. The next thing we're going to do is look at our timer right here. When the timer is done, then we're going to take the cauliflower out of the oven and put it in the pot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hot.
in the pot.
Hot.
Yes, it's all very hot. That's why we got to be careful and use our mitts.
You can touch that.
You got to be careful when you're around the stove. You don't want to burn yourself. Getting a burn is no fun. You need to use the washroom?
No.
Huh?
Just a little bit. Daddy, can you look at there? Have a look.
Wow, it's steaming up quite a lot now.
Can I have a look?
Yep.
Wow. Can I have a look in the oven?
Nope. The oven and everything in the pot just needs another minute. And then we're going to put it all together. So I'm going to take it out then and you can see it. Cool?
Where's the timer?
What time is the timer at now?
I don't know.
Take a look at it.
Uh,
40.
40.
Yeah, no, it doesn't stop though. It keeps going down. But about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to put everything together.
What time is it?
What time is it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. The power flickered this morning, so everything's off in this in the kitchen right now. I'm not sure what time it is, sweetheart.
It's time for. It's time. What time?
There we go. So we'll turn the oven off and get our mitts.
What time? What time?
So there we have. You can see some of the ones are a little bit brown and crispy near the bottom, but it's not. Now watch out. This is very, very hot. You can see, look at that one right there in the bottom. Beautiful. Okay, watch out. This is hot, so you gotta keep your hands away. And we'll just move that pan out of the way so it's not here. Don't touch the pan. The juice is empty. Just stay away from that pan though, please. So we got everything in our pot now. Give that a quick stir. Perfect. Alright, let's pour this in.
Excuse me.
You want to help pour it in?
Yep.
Okay. Lift it up. Give it a little squeeze and it'll come out faster. A little shake, the last of it out. Now, does this go in the garbage, the cardboard recycling, or the plastic and containers recycling, do you think?
I can't stand.
No, because I put the lid on it.
Is it recycling?
So that's pretty much covered all the solids
Is it
nicely.
plastic?
And we're just going to put,
Plastic?
that's right, yes. Yep, and you can take your juice one and put it in plastic too, please. Here.
Thanks.
Yep. So we're going to cover that over, and it doesn't need the full 40 like you would with carrot and sweet potato. So we'll put another 20 minutes on for it to just soften everything up before we blend it. And then we'll blend it in about 20 minutes. Okay, we're back. It's been just about 20 minutes. Everything's bubbling away here.
Let me see. Let me see.
Things are starting to get
Let me see, Daddy.
fairly soft.
Let me see.
You'll see in another couple seconds. I'm going to move it over. And so at this point, we'll be adding the coconut milk and blending it. Not yet, but in a minute we will put that in. So what you want to do if you're using this immersion blender like I do is kill the heat and move it onto a different burner so you're not going to have, there we go. So we'll just kill the heat, give you a little look, give you a little look. Alright, no, we're just going to, let's see. I was just going to pour it in. My lid fell into the can, so I got the spoon there. Alright. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Now, Daddy needs to use the blender, okay? So I'm going to move you over here. Now remember, this is very, very hot, so you don't want to go too close to that. Just stay close to me. And this makes it so much easier than using a blender. Do you not like it when it's loud? So the Bamix has a couple different blades. Right now I'm using the real thick chopper. Once I get this blended down really nice, I might switch over to this one here, which is quite a bit thinner and good at doing like sauces and things. Really will get this nice and pureed. But it's not worth starting off with that one, with how many big chunks there are to go through. It does not take long for it to go through. Cover your mouth when you talk. find with most of the soups is on day one they taste good, but once you let them sit for a day and the flavor really get through them, they get amazing. So I just sprayed that with cold water, a little bit more, just to cool off the cutting blade
Daddy,
and be able to pull it off.
show the camera.
So I'm just putting on the other blade and plugging it back in. Don't change blades when it's plugged in. That's just not safe. Dad likes being safe, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one there is really blending it down nice and fine.
Yeah.
Really smooth. Isn't it? Not as loud. Yeah. Makes little slurpy sounds. That looks pretty good to me.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now
Looking to me.
your spoon, Dad's gonna rinse this spoon off.
My spoon.
Yeah, first Dad's gonna have a taste. See if it needs any adjusting. I'm just gonna salt it a bit more.
Can I have a taste?
There you go. That's a fair teaspoon and a half more salt I'm throwing in there. Try to get that taste exactly where I want it. Now, throw another crack or two of pepper into it. Oh, no. If you lick your hand, don't put what you have licked into the pot, please. Well, we're probably going to be the only ones eating it, so it's not a big issue. But we can't be in a commercial kitchen doing that, huh? That's the mixing. I'm just going to rinse my spoon really good. Give it another taste. Making the chair squeak with your toes.
Like this. Like this. Like this.
Oh, that's perfect. Do you want a little taste?
Yes.
You got to tell the people if it's good or not. Give it a little blow. Okay, have a little taste. It's good. It's like butter soup, isn't it? What do you think? Tell the people what you think. Is it yummy?
Yum.
Good stuff.
Yum, 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 yum.
So let's just put a little bit in a bowl so they can see what it looks like.
Yum, yum.
I think Dad's gonna have some for lunch.
That is, I'm going to have a little bit for lunch too.
Okay.
And I'm going to have fresh toast. And I'm going to have fresh toast. And,
So there you go. A beautiful cauliflower soup made
yep.
with fresh ingredients, super healthy and tasty. Enjoy. And like I was saying near the start, you can easily adapt that to be a broccoli soup as well. For the broccoli, you probably don't need the celery, although you won't really notice it. And just change out the cauliflower for broccoli, and that will turn out pretty awesome as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll try to have another video up with some more awesome things.